All right. Welcome back to the Buddy Show. We are prime time, coast to coast, border to border, and once again coming to you from the beautiful city of Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. So today I want to talk a little bit about dating in Thailand. Not that I am an expert yet, um, and specifically about Thai online dating sites. I I'm not a night owl anymore. Bars close at 12 here, so that's doable. And then there's, of course, illegal after hours places that the young people end up going to. I mean, I say they're illegal, but there's music bouncing from it, and it just depends on who you know and who you can pay and that sort of thing. You know, welcome to everywhere in the world. Corruption exists. Um, And I researched and I actually signed up for four of them because again I'd rather try online first. Um, Not that I don't want to meet someone in person, I do, but I've had some pretty good experiences, some pretty bad experiences with online dating back when I was still living in the United States. The four I researched are Thai Cupid, which someone had told me about, and which I thought was probably related to OK Cupid, which we used to call OK Stupid back in the States, but it's not. So I signed up for both of those. I signed up for Thai Friendly, and I signed up for one I believe was called Asian Dating. So Thai Cupid is a waste of friggin' money. I didn't pay any money, but it's a waste of time. When I first signed up, I got like 4 dozen messages, and I noticed that only 3 or 4 people had actually viewed my profile. So clearly that's bots and bullshit like that. You're not able to respond to any questions. You're not able to write anyone without paying money. So, you know, that's a waste of your time. Oh, actually, I wanted to talk about. I'll get back to this. I wanted to talk about a few things about Thailand first, in case you ever come here. First of all, is you put ice in your beer. Now, this one doesn't have ice yet. It's hot here in Thailand, and so you can. By the way, this is a Sing beer. The other two brands that are popular, Sing means lion, I think. We see the lion on there. And then there's one called Leo, which also has a lion on it. And then the most popular one, I think, is Chang. And Chang means elephant here. And not unexpectedly, it has an elephant on the front. So ice in beer, I can tell now even. You have two options drinking a cold beer here in Thailand. You can drink it until it quickly becomes warm, which it will do almost instantly, or you can put ice in it, which means you have to then drink it before it gets watery, which is the easier of the two choices, in my opinion. So that's one thing, ice in beer. What else did I write? I can't read my own writing. Oh, crossing the street. You take your life into your hands. You have to time it right. You don't have really any pedestrian rights here. Is occasionally, I mean, I live really very central, and I live across the street from the moat to the old city. Just down the road, there is a place where I can push a button and it will stop traffic briefly. So you have to get across the road. I don't have any trouble. Just, don't try to do it at either the rush hours, because it's mad. If you live anywhere in a large city, it's the same. Coffee. It's a coffee culture here. I don't live in a place where there's a lot of coffee shops. My issue with the coffee shops, except for one of the national chains, which I actually do like, that's Amazon. They have good coffee. Amazon, yeah, good coffee. And they open at 6:30, but I'm awake and have my own coffee by then. So a lot of the places don't open up until 8 o'clock. What does that tell you? People don't drink coffee just for a morning drink. I don't drink it to wake up either. I like it. But I very seldom ever drink it past the morning. But the coffee is terrific here. Crust on bread. I bought a half a loaf of bread, which you can buy, because I wanted to have eggs and toast in the morning. One of the few things I cook. And all the crusts have been cut off the bread. It's like, if you're a 7-year-old child, you're in heaven here, because there's no crust for your parents to force you to eat. What does this say? On site. About, I'll save this one to last, because this is about the dating sites. Street crossing coffee, KFC. KFC is huge here. I don't know why, but there was a post on it on a Facebook group, and all these guys are coming and say, yeah, we're addicted to KFC. So I don't get it. There's one right down the road for me. There's also a Pizza Hut. My friend Steve asked me about having Western food. Not yet. Having lived in Bali, I know it's only a matter of time before I crave some American food. KFC doesn't suck. Pizza Hut doesn't suck. But neither of them are good either. I haven't had either of them here in Thailand, so I shouldn't really make that assumption. The other thing before I get onto dating sites is the bum gun. Utterly ubiquitous here in Southeast Asia. And I'll show it when I do the tour of my apartment. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically a little garden hose that comes off the back of your toilet that you use to clean your butt after you poop. I also have bidet, an electric bidet, but I stopped using it after getting my first electric bill, which was for 10 days. And I thought, oh, this is going to get expensive. Let me figure out how to use the bum gun, which I have to a degree. There is a reason, this is going to disgust many of you Westerners, there is a reason why the left hand is not used for greeting and eating and stuff like that. I'm sure you can figure it out. I have a little bar of soap and sink right on my left side, so that's great. The first time I used a bum gun was in Bali, and it was a hydraulic enema, and I've been really concerned about trying it again, but I live here and I have to do those things. And actually, this one is with far less velocity, so it's doable. You got to do it. Why is that, you might ask? Because we didn't have it in Mexico. Mexico, you just had to wipe yourself and put the paper in a bin by your toilet. That's a little more gross. But both countries, most of Southeast Asia, unless you go to a fancy hotel or something like that. But the plumbing just isn't built to carry paper. I had to use a toilet one time in Bali, and it was a pit, and it was like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I still don't know how I did, but it was really immediate. I had just had a dish of nasi campur, mixed rice. It was very hot, and by the time I came out of the supermarket, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to make the walk back. I hope to never repeat that performance, if you will. The other thing, okay, so this is now about the dating sites, and it's about the one I'm going to tell you to join if you're going to join it, and that is I realize that I got the most responses when I was actually on site. So I don't know if there's something that says, this guy's online. Probably I don't pay attention to that sort of stuff, and I'll tell you which site that is. Thai Cupid was a waste of time. Like I said, I got 1 million responses and I didn't get that many views. So, and then I could not reach out and talk to write to the women, nor could they reach out and write to me, unless, of course, you paid the monthly VIG, which I'm not going to do, not right away. And I also tried OkCupid, OkStupid, same thing. Could not contact any of the other members, any of the women. What's the point? They're sending me messages. I can't even read them. What to speak of answer back. Some sites, I think Asia Dating, the ones I discarded, I don't really have any much memory for. But what's the point? What's the point? I'm not going to give you my money until I understand how your service works. Asia Dating, I also got a lot of responses. It was women all over Asia, Chinese, a lot of Filipinas, a lot of Thais, Balinese, Indonesians, so a lot of women But and if I was going to risk paying for a different site, I might risk a month on that. And I'm sorry, I don't have the prices. You can look that up. I might try that just to, as an investment, a potential investment, to see how things. Did I mention my anecdote? Please stay tuned till the end so I can tell you an anecdote that happened just today with a woman online. And so the last one is Thai friendly. And this is the one that if you're going to come to Thailand and you want to try online dating, you should try, because you can talk to the women, you can write to them, and you can even respond, but you have to wait 10 minutes between responses. And it's a pain in the ass, but it's better than not being able to do it at all. So that's what I've been doing. I've been contacting women and responding to their messages to me and reaching out and talking to some of them. Again, I don't know what the cost is. This is the one that I probably will pay. I think it's $25 for a month. Obviously, the longer you stay on, the cheaper it is. But I don't want to be on a dating site for over a month. I want to find someone to meet. I might go back on it if things don't work out. But I'm not going to, I'm not into the membership site thing. And so I'm just trying to think. The women are, they're not all beautiful. Men aren't all very attractive either. Many of them are very beautiful. Many of them are very young. Many of them are in their 40s and 50s and still look great, still look wonderful. So let's get to the anecdote. So a woman contacted me on Thai Friendly, and quickly it got to, can we take this off the site? Can we talk online? Line is a communications app here in Thailand. I don't know if it is used anywhere else, probably. And so I did. I downloaded Line and found her. She didn't know who I was at first. She asked me if I'm going to send it. What? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So anyway, it got around to, I think she knew who I was. And she said, well, when can we meet? And I said, you live in Bangkok. That's a 13-hour ride away. It's a short flight, and relatively cheap. And under different circumstances, I might have paid for that flight. It's just to illustrate the phrase, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. So I'm kind of predicting how the conversation is going to go. And so she says, well, I said, well, how will we meet? I said, I don't know. I don't really know how you guys do things in Thailand. I'm very new here. She said, well, I can come there. Okay, great. How will you get here? I don't know, by car or train. Okay, I know what's coming. And I said, where will you stay when you get here? And she said, with you, but no sex. This is a very, very attractive younger woman, 30s, 40s. And I said, I only have one bed. And she said, no problem, but no sex. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to push first date sex anyway. That's why I would rather meet someone here and do a little courting. Second date, third date, okay. But it wasn't what I was trying for. But now I'm sort of intrigued by her thinking. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but that's difficult, me having a beautiful young woman in my bed with me and not having sex. She said, that's not difficult. I said, well, yeah, it is. And I said, don't you like sex? She said, not really. Okay, well, you're out. I'm not interested in a woman who doesn't like sex. Again, it doesn't have to happen immediately, but any relationship that I'm interested in involves sex, just not right away. And if you don't enjoy it, then I don't want to be with you. I want a woman with passion. And so then the negotiation starts. And so then she says, well, I didn't really mean I don't like it. I just don't like it that much. I said, well, okay. And then it came to, okay, we'll have it. And I was like, well, No, you don't really like it. And I'm waiting. And I said, and so I presume that that means you need me to send you money. Silence. And finally the alarm goes off. Not in me, but on the phone. She said, yes. And I said, I have no guarantees, no offense, but I have no guarantees that you'll actually show up. Oh, I will. I promise. I'm sure you do. And I told her, I can't send money to someone I've never met. And that, it petered off from there, but that was the end of the conversation. And she said, well, don't bother. I said, okay, good luck. And I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, but you're not getting my money. If we get together and we have some sort of relationship, I understand how things go. I live in a poor country, and one of the things these women are looking for is getting out of poverty. Fine, I know that. Relationships cost, no matter where they are, and both parties bear that cost, one way or the other. So that's my anecdote. Again, if you have any questions, if there's another site you want me to sign up to, I'm not going to pay for it, but you want to say, hey, bud, check this one out. I'm too chicken shit to sign up for it, but you clearly are stupid. I'll be happy to. Anything else you want to talk about? I'm not going to talk about personal relationships once I get into one. That's my business, not your business. But the beer, I just got paid today, so now I can maybe go out and do something. I still want to do more man on the street stuff. Not that I'm going to ask questions, but show you some of the temples and things like that. Please comment below. Please like and subscribe if you want to. There's a little bell icon on here. You can gong that, and they'll tell you whenever I release a new video. Until then, have a good day. Be frosty. Take care.